Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back and welcome to day 8. I cannot believe it. We've been here for 8 days straight, and I appreciate you coming with me on this journey for the last 8 days, talking about my 8 years of being a director nurser in the same facility. And today is the day. August 28th is my 8th year anniversary of being director nursing at my facility along with Oakmont. I'm so excited to share this journey with you. And if you do not know who I am Michelle Carter, and I'm the owner of MCB Nurse Consultant, and I'm the founder of the DLN Success Network, where the DLN Success Network is a community membership especially for directors of nurses and nurses aspiring to become a director of nurses, to be able to help them overcome their challenges, improve their leadership development, not just professionally, but personally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And it's a place where it's an intimate place where we all know each other's names, where we can connect and we can grow and help you become the CEO of your nursing department. I'm excited to continue this journey on. As we've talked, if you've been following us for the last 7 days, I started this position in 2017. Now, I've been a director of nursing. This is my 18th year of being a director of nursing. So when I came into the position, I was experienced, but I was experienced in different aspects. But I do have to say, over the last 8 years, I have grown in so many different ways with my leadership development. I've grown emotionally. I've grown spiritually. I've grown to understand my finances a lot better, being a director of nursing and being at that level, and I've learned how to connect with my team. So yesterday we were talking about my year 2023. So today we're going to talk about 2024 and so far of 2025, because 25 is not over yet. So we may be coming back at the end of the year. But from 2023 to 2024 and most of 2025, that has been absolutely amazing for me. I have really learned to have ownership of my building. I really didn't feel like it was ownership. It was really mine until 2020. And it was from different circumstances I went through, just having the confidence. And I was already, by 20, almost 4 or 5 years in. But now I truly have grown in my leadership development. And what has helped me was using personality science. That has really helped me grow in my development, in my engagement with my team, and tapping into my emotional intelligence. I've used it in the workplace. I was introduced to it again in 22. Really didn't jump too far in until 2020, 24, well, 23 and 24. But I think in 2024 is when I really realized that I was still running in a crisis mode. I was still having a crisis mindset. And that's coming from starting in 2017, having a traumatic episode with one of her residents in 17, still being new in 18 and 19, going straight into COVID. And I never had a chance to stop and just breathe. And it was coming out with my personality, it was coming out with my team. So using the bank methodology helped me realize that. It helped me realize who I was, and it helped the team realize who I was. And I was able to understand who they were and communicate. And I learned to communicate so much better. And I incorporate that into my leadership development for my directors and nurses that I mentor and I coach. Because it's so important. And I think it's one aspect of nursing that is overlooked and is not even speaked upon. But we deal with individuals each and every day. And we interact with so many different personalities, different family members, different team members, our stakeholders, our bosses. Like, why wouldn't we use personality science to be able to connect and communicate better? because everybody listens and communicates differently. So that helped me grow in 2024. It helped me as I'm growing my business. I'm still growing my team. We had some staffing issues, but I learned with the staffing issues, I think when you get to a certain spot, when you have that that consistency, staff is going to come and staff is going to go. Your main goal is and things are going to happen. And sometimes the staff that leaves, you got to look at it. Were they a good fit for your community or your facility from the beginning? Because we want to get to the point we don't want to just hire people because we need a body. We want to hire the right people that have the values that the values of your company and how you're going to be able to help them grow, and they're going to be able to work with the other team members and be a good fit for your residents. So I've learned not to, I think in the last 2 years, especially 23 and 24, I've learned not to panic when we have staff. We'll figure it out. We put a plan together. We recruit, and then connecting with your staff to try to retain who you have. That is so important. We recruit, but you also have to retain. So you have to kind of look at, where is the problem? Is it the retention, or is the recruitment, or is it a scheduling factor? So those are things that I think we have really I'm going to say master, but we've really have a good hold on. I could put it like that. And I get a lot of support from the network also, because I'm not going to just also, I get a lot of support from the network because we formulate our own internal agency, which has been a help. But even with the own internal agency, you still want to have the right people in the right positions, and you want to be able to keep that retention. Also, we have been able to grow our team members, giving them a voice, helping them, having those CNAs have their voices, making sure that LPNs have their voices. I was able to promote LPN, and within the last 2 years, to a LNAC position. We had an LNAC that came in after my RNAC left in the beginning of 24. She stayed, was absolutely great, put a lot of great processes in, but this just wasn't the place for her at the time, and she lived like almost an hour away. So we kind of understood. But then we had an internal LNAC, that internal LPN that is absolutely wonderful. And I wanted to see that person grow. I wanted to see him grow because I know he has so much potential. So you got to kind of look at what you have in your buildings and help them grow. Help them grow as leaders. That's what we should be doing. I also I had to come to a realization about surveys. I'm always trying to be in a mindset to be survey ready at all times. And I think all DONs should do that. And what I kind of sit back, and I was having this conversation just this week with my project nurse and my LNAC. Me being here for 8 years, I think it gives me not an advantage on survey, but an advantage, because I know the mistakes we made 8 years ago. I know what we got cited for 8 years ago. So I know to make sure to keep eyes on that. I know to not let those processes fall. So I'm saying this to say to you that the consistency is so important in our roles. And I know the role is hard. Believe me, I have plenty of days I cry. I have plenty of days I'm like ready to pull my hair out. But you will see a turnaround when you stay consistent. You will not be in chaos once you become consistent. You will have chaotic times, but you're able to handle them, overcome them, and then move to the next, move on. And you will going to have a lot of thriving and rewarding times also. So being in my role for 8 years, I think that gives me advantage. And being in my role in 8 years and being a director of nursing for 18 years, I had to really look at us as a team and look at the survey process. Again, I want my team to be in the mindset of survey rate all the time. I never take anything for granted when it comes to survey. Never. Anything can happen. I don't take anything for granted. But what I do have to understand, and I realize, and I tell it to myself to keep my sanity and also for my team. Survey, and I respect the survey process, is needed to keep us in check, to have our checks and balances. It's a week. They are in our building for a week. They're going to see what they see for a week. We are in that building 365 days, and we're in that building for the other 51 weeks. And we know what we do 52 weeks out of a year. And we should take pride in that. Even if the survey isn't the best that you want it to be, you learn from it and you move on. You don't throw the towel in. You learn from it and you move on. But then you realize what your team has done the other 51 weeks. Because if your team was that bad for 51 weeks of that year, your building would be shut down. You wouldn't just have a bad survey. You would be closed. So take that and look at that. Because I think a lot of us as directors and nurses, we take the survey as our definition of who we are. The survey is just one piece of our role. And it is an important piece, don't get me wrong, but it's one piece. We are in those buildings for 52 weeks. The surveyors are in there for 1 week. Your team is there 52 weeks. The surveyors there 1 week. Learn how to embrace that. Learn how to be like, yep, we might have forgot to cross our T on this one and forgot to dot our I's on this one. We're going to learn. We're going to build. We're going to not let it happen again. But in the same sense, reward your team because they are there when it rains, when it snows, when we're short staffed. They're there through the COVID, they're there through flu season. They're there when when corporate doesn't give us money to give them pizza parties or give them Christmas presents, and they're still there. So appreciate them and realize it's a team effort. You are the captain. And sometimes the captain can't bail because if there's no captain, the ship's not going to ride. And it's just going to ride aimlessly. So be that consistent captain. The consistency is so, so important. Any director of nursing that you feel as though that you just need that extra support, I want you to feel free to reach out to me and come and find out about our membership, the DON Success Network, because this is my passion to help you get to that point where you can understand you are there 52 weeks and they're there 1 week. Where you can understand I may have chaotic times, but I'm not in chaos. Where you can understand and being at a different financial level that I have a plan for my retirement, that I have a plan for my for my family, that you will learn that you need spiritual guidance and you need a spiritual outlet to be successful in these roles, where you can learn to tap into your emotional intelligence so you can be able to connect with every individual that you encounter and without being stressed. That is what I want to help directors and nurses. Not that I want to, that is what I do. That is what I do. I help directors and nurses to be able to have that. Because that's something I've learned to have over my 18 years and especially over the last 8. And I want to share that because I want more directors and nurses to be posted. I've been in my position for 5 years. I've been in my position for 10 years. I'm in my position for 15 years. Whatever you choose, that you're in that position and you be able to have that feeling of this is mine, that feeling of ease that everything's not going to be chaotic. Everything's not going to fall apart. And that's my goal. That is the mission for the DON Success Network. And I'm thankful that you have taken the time to share this journey with me. I am so blessed to be able to be in this position for 8 years. This has been my longest running DON position consistently for 8 years. I am working for a wonderful company. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for the support from my company. I'm thankful for the support I'm an administrator, for my team, my schedulers, my nurses, the social worker. We work together as a team, and everybody has supported me in this last 8 years in one way or another. And I appreciate each and every one of them. And I appreciate God giving me the knowledge and the resilience to be a director of nursing, and the passion and the security and the outpouring to help and empower me to help other directors of nurses. And I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. It has been a wonderful run. And God's going to keep me where God needs me to be until he's ready to move me. And I go where he tells me to go. And right now, I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm here helping my community and as being a director nurse, and I'm here helping my community for the DON Success Network. That is where God has put me. That is where God has called me to do. And that is what I plan to do. And I thank you for joining me on this 8-day journey. Thank you for supporting. And if you know a director, if you are not a director of nursing, and you know a director of nursing, and you go in a facility, just say thank you to them. Just introduce yourself and say thank you. If you are a director of nursing and you're struggling and you just want that that support, come and join us. We are having some great opportunities that we're setting up for the next quarter, a whole new program that we're getting ready to introduce in the month of September, and our premium membership that we're going to be introducing in the month of September, a whole 12-month program. If you're a seasoned DON and you just want a community because you're dealing with professional isolation, come and join us, because we help everyone and we're here to help. And you can bring so much to the community by being a seasoned DON. So again, thank you. I enjoyed the journey. I appreciate you with my journey. And remember, I'm not just a DON. I'm a mother. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a grandmother, I'm a whole individual. And that's where we help directors and nurses to be that whole individual and be able to become the CEO of their nursing department. I have become the CEO of my nursing department, and I want to share to you how you can do it. I want you to remember how important you are, how important what you have to give is so important. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, MCB Nurse Consultant, MCB Nurse Consultant, and I will catch you on our next video series that we will be having the next couple months. But come and join us. Join and follow me on social media. You can catch me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And have a wonderful day, and thank you for your support. Have a great day.